Hey guys, Survival here. Today I wanted to go over my EDC, my everyday carry. Please keep in mind here in Australia we have some very strict laws in regards to things such as the carriage and use of knives. So whilst I understand some of you may be used to being able to carry a knife, or other items, that is not permissible here in Australia. Let's get to it. So, as you can see, every day I wear long pants. Specifically, these are a tradies cargo pant that is commonly available here in Australia. Why I wear them is very simple. They're extremely durable, they have an SPF rating, which means they'll block out harmful rays from the sun, and they have extremely large, well-placed, expandable pockets. So, there's a pocket here, which goes to this wide, so you're talking a good hand span wide, and then you're talking almost the same down from here to here, but most importantly, the way these pockets are made, they can expand. That way, if you've got bulky items, not a problem, they'll hold it. One of the other things I like about these pants is there's a pocket directly behind that outer leg pocket. Then you've got the identical pockets on the other leg, as well as your two front pockets and the two normal rear pockets. So now let's have a look at what I put in them. So as you can see, everyday carry doesn't mean you have to carry a lot. Everything you see here is all I feel I need to carry on a daily basis. So, what do we have? To start with, USB memory stick. That one can hold 128 gigabytes of data. I find that's actually a very appropriate amount of storage space to have. It is USB 3. Definitely worth having in my opinion. You never know when there's going to be something you need to check, verify, update, install, and I usually carry on it the installers for a few major programs such as VLC, LibreOffice, mostly open source stuff, as well as a few proprietary programs that I've written myself, which are primarily diagnostic tools. I have a background in IT and computers and network administration, so as part of that, there are some things I need on hand. Plus, it's also handy because if you need to work on something or you need to grab a file from a friend, something that they want you to print for them, for whatever reason you don't have internet available, you just chuck it on it. It's extremely handy, weighs almost nothing, takes up almost no space. Just over from it, I've got a bottle opener. Never know when you're going to need one of those. Not all bottles are twist tops. Some still require a bottle opener. Handy to have. You usually get them given to you if you go to trade shows, events, and most of us were given one at university. Over here, I've got a good pen. This one's a gel ink. The reason I like that is it's very easy to write very quickly. It's a good solid color. This one has black ink in it. I prefer that because the contrast clearly stands out on most surfaces. In the middle, this is just a little soft pouch notepad I've got. Just simple ruled, very handy to have. You're not always going to have your phone with you, or, as I've found sometimes, my device goes flat from using it. And sometimes I don't always have a battery bank with me, therefore I can't charge it. And there have been times where my phone has depleted its battery a couple times in a day from extremely heavy use, and I've already recharged it from a small battery bank, which is now flat as well. Yes, you could carry car chargers, however, that would require you to be in a vehicle, or use the wall charger if you're in a building. That's not always the case. And finally, over here, my wallet. My wallet is an RFID blocking wallet, so as to protect things such as your credit card, which now has near field communication or proximity capabilities in it, as well as a couple other work IDs that have those similar features. Now, you're probably wondering, what does he do if he needs to open something, a sealed packet or whatever? Well, here in Australia, we have very strict laws on the carriage and use of knives. They can only be carried and used when you're on the job or going to and from the job. Now, with my background in IT, if I'm going out installing some new hardware, running Ethernet, I carry a bag of equipment with me. And in that bag, I keep a knife. The knife I choose to keep in that tool bag is this one. It's a little folding pocket knife. However, the main reason I pick this one is it uses good old box cutter blades. I like them for the simple fact, one end gets blunt, release the latch, turn the blade around, put the latch back into place, you're good to go for another whole bunch of work. When that blade does get blunt, turf it. The other reason I like it, almost everywhere you go, you will find box cutter blades. I always carry some spare ones in my toolkit. However, on the off chance that I've run out or they've been left out because the bag was being sorted or whatever, you can almost always find them. And if there aren't any where you're working, quick trip down the corner store, you can almost always pick up box cutter blades. They're literally everywhere. Why do I go for a folding one? Well, it's compact, it doesn't take up much space in my toolkit, and it comes with a pouch that allows me to put it on my belt while I'm working. The moment I finish working, if I've put it on my belt, I take it off my belt, put it back in my tool bag, and then I put my tool bag back in my vehicle so as to ensure that I remain completely compliant with the law. You know, the days of being able to leave it on your belt, they're long and gone, unfortunately. So guys, this is my EDC carry. It's not much. I don't need much. The only thing that is not in this video that I also carry is my phone. However, I figure a phone is an extremely expected item to be part of an EDC carry, and therefore I figured it wasn't worth really mentioning. So remember, keep it legal, comply with your local legislation in regards to the carriage of things such as knives, and stay safe in the bush.